Hey YouTube, Cody here. We are restarting this YouTube channel. It used to be a Minecraft YouTube channel if you were subscribed before. We are redoing it. I don't play Minecraft that much anymore, so we are starting from scratch. You'll notice a few things changed, but for the new people coming, we are now a versatile channel. It's whatever I feel like playing. Let's get into today's video. We are starting a brand new video game. I wanted to create a game. It's something I've been watching a lot on YouTube. A lot of these like indie devs, so to speak, have been making these games, and they have these things called devlogs, which is essentially their YouTube videos talking about what they went through in the process of making the game. So I decided, why not try that for myself? The question is, what sets me apart from other indie devs? First off, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, absolutely nothing. The little bit I know is the equivalent of like reading a book in Latin and only knowing what the word cat is. But I do know how to learn, I think. I took a web dev class in high school. Well, everything was group based in that class. I passed by riding the coattails of the people that actually knew what they were doing. Even the teacher knew I wasn't really doing anything in that class. He paid for it and made me take an online class called Learning How to Learn. So if anyone is a pro at learning things, it has to be me. First off, we need something that will turn a blank screen into a game. For that, most people use something called a game engine. It's basically a program for making games. There are many out there that will all essentially do the same thing, but I decided to go with Unity. I'm very big into indie games. I like to play a lot of the ones you'll find on itch.io or in those game jams that you might see. Most of them on boot up have this little launcher screen that you'll see here. On top of that, when looking up the best game engines for indie devs, Unity is the top one on all of the lists, so I figured it'd be worth a shot. So what's with the Unity hype? Well, for one, it's free. Kind of. It's free forever as long as you make under $100,000 through their program. Businesses using the engine have to go through different plans that can cost a pretty penny, but I am not a business, so that doesn't apply here. On top of it being free, it's open source. Open source programs are always amazing. It's basically like a game on Steam that has a Steam Workshop built into the game. If there's something the program doesn't offer that you wish it had, chances are that someone has made it to drag and drop. Unity is also very popular because it's popular. Let's take Call of Duty franchise that everyone loves so much. My personal favorite COD game was Black Ops 2. There's nothing quite like that satisfaction I had getting diamond on all of my snipers for the third time in a row. That being said, I'm never going to play Black Ops 2 again. It's not popular. When I originally played the game, it took approximately 1 minute tops to find a lobby and run down some free-for-all. That 1 minute queue time was due to there being 300,000 people online at all times. Nowadays, you'll be lucky if there's 100 people online for it. Now all of a sudden your 1 minute queue time turned into a 15-minute queue time. The only solution to that problem is to have more people playing the game. But if I don't want to play that game because not enough people are playing, why would anyone else? What I'm trying to get at is that the game was popular because it was popular. Unity is popular because it's popular. If there's something new that you don't understand, you could just open up a Brackeys video and start learning. Can't find a Brackeys video for your very specific problem? Open up the forums or the subreddit or even one of their many discords and you'll have a problem solved within the hour by some other folks who actually know what they're doing. With all these points in mind, I figured Unity is going to be a breeze. What the hell am I looking at? Okay, I'll be honest. I've been doing graphic design for around about 12 years now. I've cycled through many programs for it, and they all tend to have a similar structure to what you see here. I'll brush over the basics here, but if you want to learn more in depth about what's going on, do your own research. The bottom panel you'll see down there, it's the folders. Essentially, File Explorer built right into Unity so you can easily make your workspace neat and not have to constantly leave the program and drag and drop it back into the program. The left side panel is all your assets in the game. If you make a cube, it'll be here. If you delete the cube, you do so here. The middle panel, it's the game. This is what the game looks like physically. Makes it much easier to set up everything how you want to set it up. That leaves us with the right side panel. This is all the details of your assets. If you make a cube and click on the asset panel on the left side, all of the info for it will be on your right side. So you want to make it bigger, just tweak the scale a bit, and boom, you got a bigger cube. Easy enough, but all we got is a static cube. I want a game I can play. I keep bringing up this Brackeys guy, and that's because he's everyone's Unity almighty. When first getting into Unity, I cannot express enough to just follow along with anything he does. Programming is very tedious and relatively boring to watch on YouTube, but it does make up about 80% of an actual game. So I'm going to kind of skip past most of my programming stuff, but let's go over the basics of the stuff I've made so far. Starting off here, I ended up making a little 2D platformer. Nothing too spectacular, just kind of wanted to learn the basics of how everything on the inside of Unity works. Multiple layers, the rigid bodies, stuff like that. I ended up halfway through kind of giving up before I did any kind of level design. That most people have played enough platformers as is. I'm not going to learn too much about specifically this. I wanted to learn more of the 3D aspect. That being said, I ended up making this little tower defense game. I followed a Bracky's video on that. Never ended up actually finishing it, just wanted to learn more how the 3D environment works, a little bit of programming with the tracking of the turret, the wave spawning, things of that sort. Started getting the hang of this. I thought maybe I should pick up what the game I actually want to start making. So let's go into what my new official game is going to be. And this is the new official game. I wanted to learn more about the movement in 3D. I had made one other game where the camera was still, but in this one I wanted to be able to rotate it with the mouse and have the character follow you based on which way the mouse is moving. As you can see, it's a super exciting game. We got a big old stump over here, jump on top of it. I call it the winning stump because when you jump on top of it, you won the game, and you can tell you won the game because I told you to. Okay, I know, it's not much. A cool bean with sunglasses, that'll be fun for like a minute, but it is a start. So what's the rest of this game going to be? Well, growing up, one of my all-time favorite games was a game called Keflings. Keflings was a game for the Xbox 360 where you played as a giant version of your little Xbox avatar, picking up these little tiny people, Keflings, and you place them down in front of these things so they know what they have to do. Let's say you want to place one down in front of a tree, it'll chop down all the trees in the nearby area. You can then pick up another Kefling and place it down by all the fallen logs, pick it up again, and place it at the storage area. So that way, it'll run back and forth, doing just that for you. My idea for a game is very similar to that, only instead of Keflings, we have dwarves. I have ideas for it expanding into all kinds of automation, but I'd love some ideas or suggestions for further improvements. In the description, you'll find my Discord. Feel free to come join and drop some of your ideas or tips in there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, the subscribe button is free and very easy to click on. And as always, stay classy, San Diego.